Hello, I'm Pastor Dave, the pastor of New Life, a Global Methodist Church in State College. This is our Monday morning sermon recap to help refresh your memory of yesterday's message, as well as to help you apply this message to your life and to help answer those next step questions. Now, our passage from yesterday was John 20, verses 19 through 31. And this is John's account of what happened after the resurrection, where Jesus appeared to the disciples and also had his interaction with Thomas, who we often refer to as Doubting Thomas, for better or for worse. Now, this Sunday after Easter is one of those great times that we can take to look at ourselves and to think about our purpose as disciples and as a church. And we do have a purpose, because Jesus needed the church to reach all people. One of the missions that Christ gave the church was to share the gospel, to spread the good news. And as he ascended, he himself could no longer do it. So Christ established the church to do this work, to continue his mission. That is our purpose. But at the same time, we can't do this on our own. The church needs Jesus for the message and the power. The work we do is not for our own sake. I mean, we don't try to grow the church just so our club continues. We have a higher purpose. And everything we do as disciples and as a church should be focused on Christ. Either to do what he asks us to do, or to reach others who still need to hear the good news. But we need to understand what happened, just like the disciples did, before we engage in this work. Because like Thomas, we need to understand before we talk. In many ways, Thomas gets a bad rap for doubting, but his reaction is normal. He heard something extraordinary that was beyond really his comprehension, and he wanted to understand it. He wanted proof. He basically fully wanted to understand what had happened before he did anything else. In many ways, it's not unlike the fishing stories of people saying how big the fish was, and you kind of want to see the proof of it before you believe how big the fish was. But there's also another reminder in this. And that's not just that we need to know and understand what happened, but to take it further, because the accumulation of knowledge is not the point of the church. Yes, Bible studies are good. Reading is good. Memorization is good. Sermons are good. However, our point is not just to accumulate the knowledge. We need to do something with it. Yes, we need to understand before we share, but we need to do what Christ asks us to do, and that is to share the good news. That is our purpose for being. And if we understand all of this, we can work with God to fulfill Christ's mission and ministry. This is because Jesus Christ, through faith, the church, and the giving of knowledge and wisdom, gives life to those who believe. And we need to believe and understand so we can help others to do the same. So there you go. Hopefully that refreshes your memory from the sermon. If you would like, you can go back on the Facebook page and watch the full service, at least for the next 30 days. However, the sermon itself will also be posted on YouTube itself. Now, as always, we worship at 10 a.m. at the Center Learning Community Charter School, located at 2643 West College Avenue in State College. We stream on Facebook, we post a sermon on YouTube, and as we preach, we're still trying to find ways to reach the lost and forgotten. But until next time, I'm Pastor Dave, and I hope you find a way of applying God's Word into your life this week.